Greetings, royal queens and kings. It's your host, Queen Tulsa. Welcome back to the Queen Tulsa Show. I will be your captain tonight. I'll have a co captain, but you'll have to stick around to find out who that may be. First and foremost, if you're not subscribed to the channel, I need you to press that subscribe button down below. If you're already subscribed to the show, set your notifications to all so that you don't miss any of the hot topics and fire content. And go on and press that like button while you're at it. Queens and kings, on the agenda tonight, Shanquella Bernada Robinson was an American businesswoman, founder of a woman's fashion clothing line, hairstylist, and social media personality from North Carolina, who was unalived while on vacation in Mexico. She was unalived on October 29th of 2022 at the age of 25 in Cabo, San Lucas, Mexico. The cause of unalivement was femicide, homicide. She left behind parents Bernard Robinson and mother Salamondra Robinson. Shanquella Robinson was born January 9th, 1997, Charlotte, North Carolina. Rest in peace. Let's get into it.
Girls can't never say yeah. Girls can't never say they need it. Girls can't never say nah. Girls can't never say they want it. Girls can't never say yeah. Girls can't never say they need it. Girls can't never say nah. Oh nah. Give it to me like you need it, baby. Want you to hear me screaming, have it breathing. I don't need a reason, baby. I want it till you can't buy. I can get it to you right, baby. I wanna be healing. I can be real good. We don't get these feelings. Hey, I need some love.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for sticking with me through that commercial break. We are back, and I want to send condolences to Shanquella Robinson's family, her friends, all of those that all of everyone who was affected by this tragedy. By this tragedy. And trigger warning, the opinions are just that. We advise you to seek professional help. You can call 988 if you find yourself in a tizzy. All right, so without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and welcome you all to the channel. And actually, I'm going to post this petition. Here, let me drop my screen. I'll share the petition in the chat, and I want you guys to please go over and sign this petition. And I'll read it, but let me drop it first because that's the most important part of this video. Please go over and sign this petition. I'll go ahead and pin it in the chat. So if you are the replay gang, please go. Every signature counts. Every signature counts, guys. And thank you all for showing up tonight. I really appreciate it. So this petition is pretty much for Shanquella Robinson. It's a demand justice for Shanquella Robinson. Okay. Crime Online started this petition to President Joseph R. Biden and one other. Let's figure out who that other is. Anthony J. Blinken, Secretary of State. Okay, decision makers. Okay. Now, Shanquella Robinson, a vibrant, beloved young woman, tragically unalived under suspicious circumstances while vacationing in Cabo, San Lucas, Mexico in October 2022. Her family, friends, and community are still grieving her loss, and justice has yet to be served. While Shanquella's travel mates told family members that she passed away from alcohol poisoning, an autopsy report conducted by a medical examiner in Mexico concluded that Shanquella's cause of unalivement was a broken neck. A few weeks after Shanquella's travel mates returned to the United States, a cell phone video emerged showing Shanquella being attacked in her villa by one of her travel mates. The Attorney General's office in Baja California, SIR, has opened a criminal investigation into Shanquella's unalivement and issued a warrant for one of her travel mates. That travel mate left Mexico following Shanquella's unalivement and returned to the United States. We, the undersigned, demand immediate diplomatic intervention from the United States government in Shanquella Robinson's case. We urge the U.S. government to use all diplomatic channels available to thoroughly investigate this crime and bring those responsible to justice. Attorneys working with Shanquella's family have already written to President Joe Biden and Secretary of State Anthony Blinken requesting diplomatic intervention in this case. They wrote, given the nature and scope of this case, we believe that diplomatic intervention from the U.S. government could help facilitate the necessary cooperation and coordination between the involved parties to ensure that justice is served timely, that the accused are tried under the appropriate legal system, that the extradition is possible, and that international corporate cooperation is fostered. The United States can follow the extradition protocol and turn over the individual or individuals responsible for Shanquella's unalivement to Mexican authorities. Alternatively, U.S. federal law enforcement agencies can request concurrent jurisdiction with Mexican law enforcement agencies, which would permit U.S. prosecutors to bring the case in the United States as the involved parties are U.S. citizens. It has been too long since Shanquella's unalivement, and the lack of progress in her case is unacceptable. Her family and friends are suffering. We call on the U.S. government to act urgently and efficiently to help ensure that justice is served. No family should have to endure the pain and heartbreak that Shanquella's loved ones are experiencing. Join us in demanding immediate diplomatic intervention from the U.S. government in Shanquella Robinson's case. Together, we can make sure that justice is served as Shanquella's memory is honored. And down below, reasons for signing: she and her family deserve justice. This woman did not deserve this. What if this was your loved one? It is an injustice that this is not being investigated. Too many Black women are being unalive, and their unalivers are unknown, getting away with the unalivement or receiving little time in prison for the unalivement. At least in this case, the suspect is known. They need to be arrested, charged, prosecuted, and jailed immediately. Even the Mexican police pointed out who the suspect was. Now, action should be taken so her family can have closure. These people committed a crime and they need to pay accordingly. This woman and her family deserve answers and justice. And the list goes on and on. I think I should read this one. Too many Black women are being. Oh, okay. I think I read that one already. Okay. It's a sad day out here in general. I mean, not only, well, let's just take you here. Social media. Black women are the highest degraded women on social media. hmm And what I don't understand is there were guys in that room. Women, we are not protected like we should be. There were men in there cheering it on as though they were watching a cockfight. Why is it so funny? Why is it that the Black woman is not received in a way that Karen is received in a time of distraught? Can we talk about that? It's our people. And when T.S. Madison said it was one of her own, everybody's panties went up in a bunch. Let's call a spade a spade. One of her trifling travel mates did this to her. All of the travel mates witnessed what happened to Shanquella. Everybody appears to have a lot of sense, right? They supposed to be so innocent. Well, why didn't you guys call the police that morning? Why did you wait until the afternoon? So Shanquella had to sit up for hours while you guys plotted and planned on what your next move was going to be. It was unfair to her. It's unfair to her mother. You went and took her belongings to her mother. Where's the money? Where's her money? Y'all robbed her. Y'all robbed this woman. Y'all robbed her of her life. Y'all robbed her of that money that she took over there. She withdrawed a generous amount of money before she went traveling. Let's not forget that. Let's not forget the fact that she was over the villa. The best friend wanted her life. The ex-boyfriend wants her life. The lifestyle. You have to be careful how you brag. You have to be careful how you move. You have people that will sit and watch just to see where they can take advantage of you, see which window they can climb in, and make their mark. Hello, Couture B. Hello, Norris. It's a sad day in America for Black women when it comes to justice. But that's going to turn around and it's going to start today. It's going to start tonight. It's going to start right now. It's going to start right now. I say this a lot. It be your own people. It be your own people. What about your friends? Will they stand their ground when something is going on? Will they stand up when something is going wrong? Let's talk about society right now and where we are. Let's talk about Zeus Network. They promote it. They promote Black women fighting one another. This is normal. So when people see it out in public, oh, I mean, this is what they do. And you wonder why people look at you like it's something wrong. Y'all couldn't even go on vacation, enjoy your vacation without being malicious. Y'all are cold-blooded unalivers. But to bring her items to her mother and not her body was a problem for me. To say that they needed thousands of dollars to get her into the hospital and it was only what, $100 or $3? Y'all had round trip tickets. And then for y'all to encourage that fight, that woman knocked her tooth out. And this man is over here rubbing on this unalive corpse with Summer Walker going. But nobody cared. And that's why I want them to go to Mexico and experience their sentence over there. I want them to get a taste of being in a vulnerable position. Mhm. I want them every day that they go to bed, they have a nightmare that she just comes and wakes them up and they damn near piss on. They just piss or have a BM. Lord forgive me, because I shouldn't I gotta take that back. Whew. Even though I'm upset with them, Lord, I just say have a mercy on them. Hunter said this is sad. It's very sad. Hunter said what's more sad that this YouTubers are defending Cabo 6. Yeah, I think that's a little, everybody have their own opinion. I can't knock them. You know, that's their opinion. We just have to trump it with the truth. This was individuals that went on a trip to this young lady's villa. Okay. College graduate, you know, I mean, accomplished business owner, making moves, traveling, beautiful spirit, beautiful soul. You know, and the from what her friends and family are saying. New details coming out saying that there was more people involved in this. Oh, absolutely. Well, if you look at some of my videos when I was talking about it, shout out to Alexis K. Tyler because she was on this case um, f- right when it was fresh. So shout out to Alexis K. Tyler. If you guys are not following Alexis K. Tyler, let me go ahead and put her link in the chat. Give me 1 second. Actually, yep. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna go ahead and bring up her YouTube channel. But yeah, this is it's a lot, you know. And don't think that Cabo 6 are the only ones in trouble. You know, it's those individuals that were communicating with Dejanay. Okay, so give me 1 second. Um, I need to put her channel in here. Okay, give me 1 second. Okay. And her name is Alexis K. Tyler. If you guys know, you guys might know her back in the day from with like Vagina Power. So let me go ahead and put her link in the chat. Give her credit. If you guys use anybody's content, this is what you do. This is how you do it. Um, there's her link. Okay, so give me 1 second. Hunter says you can't blame the parents that through could be involved because we haven't had justice yet. I can't believe that they were laughing at her. Yeah, they were laughing. The nurse and the doctor. Absolutely. What's worse, her BFF betrayed her. They wish they were successful. Exactly. That's what it was about. That's exactly what it was about. And I'm glad that you brought that fact up because we're about to go into this content and I want you guys to really get into this, okay? If you guys can, please hit the Cash App. And actually, I'll put my Cash App, and then I'll put Alexis's Kate Cash App in here. So, all right. So give me 1 second. So that's my Cash App, and then the lady that's on the video, this is her Cash App. So it's Queen Drip King Nip. Okay, so that's her Cash App. But let's go ahead and go into the comment. I meant the content, but I just wanted to give respect and pay homage and give credit what credit is due. All right, so being that we are using somebody else's video, we have to speed up the video. So let's go.
I'm your host, Alexis. Kay Tyler, I actually spent a lot more time, thank God, resting today. And I was spending time with, hey, Nix, hey, everybody. Put my Cash App in here, hit my Cash App, make it clap, make it wobbly wobbly and wiggle down, goddamn it, with no cap. I was so thankful I got a lady today. She said, I want to donate to you. I've never donated. This will be my first time donating. And I gave her the link to donate. And she came back. She said, I think she said she hit the Cash App bitch and made the left cheek. I think she said she did it from her left cheek and made her left cheek clap. And I said, thank you for hitting that Cash App bitch, make that left cheek clap with no cap. Thank you very much. I'm not going to stay on this too long. This is my first time looking at this. I've been watching this story. It's absolutely disgusting to me. It makes me sick on my stomach. I hope everybody in this goes to prison and spend the rest of their living life in prison for what they did to that girl. Took her to, all of these supposed to be friends, took her to Mexico, beat her to death, killed her. And now the video, they actually filmed their handiwork. The video is viral. The news has made it viral. The people have made it viral. It's outrage. I'm outraged. I'm pissed. I cannot believe they did that girl like that. Only 25 years old, a braider, very successful, had her own business. And I was talking to her this morning. She's very upset about what happened to her. And you know what? I don't know if I'm going to look at this further and come back, because it's a little bit confusing to me, because I haven't spent any time on it. I just looked at it when she came in here, and I heard, and I felt like the past couple of days, I knew I had a lot of company in here. I didn't know who all they were. I felt something. Every time I go downstairs, it felt very cold. I knew Nipsey was here. I know his grandma was here. I knew they were speaking. I know she brought relatives in here. But I knew there were people here I did not know. I weren't sure were the relatives, and I heard noises and clicking sounds. That would make sense, because are you sure she was pregnant, Maisha? Because I saw somebody was a mother, or somebody was pregnant, getting ready to become a mother. And that's what made me wonder. I was going to ask y'all to find out, was any of the women in there pregnant or already were mothers and had children? Let me know. Were there any other women in there that already have children or that were pregnant that we might not know about? It's probably going to come out. Or was it her? Because she was considered one of the ones that was sexy, very attractive. And see, this is what's getting to me, that I'm not quite understanding, because it's new to me. I see gang violence here. There was a gang leader over this, the man that was over this. And I wondered, did she have a boyfriend? Was she living with a boyfriend who was asking about her, or acting like, I don't know, he was trying to find her, wonder what happened to her? I wondered, did she live with anyone? Because I see a boyfriend, but at the same time, I looked at the picture and I seen, if it's not the boyfriend that did this or has something to do with this, there's another man that is obsessed, or maybe both of them could be attached to her and very obsessed with her. The one that did the killing, I'm saying, that set it up, is male. This is not a female that set this up. I saw 3 females celebrating this. The 3 females were involved in it, but they are not the leaders. The ringleader is male. There's a male that was an old friend of hers, possibly a childhood friend. I knew her when she was very young. This is tied to this friend. That's a childhood friend. That they loved each other, but it also is tied to 2 camps fucking and 2 fights here. 2 to 3 fights here. Somebody in that whole group, they fucking each other. There's women's fucking women's fucking men's fucking men's, and men's fucking women's and men. Like they have, and some of these people in this group are bisexual, gay men. Somebody look like they're a man, but trying to become a woman and taking meds here. That's why I don't want to go into this shit. That's why I don't like to go into shit. Whenever I start to look at something and I see shit like this, I said, you know what? Maybe I don't know what the fuck I'm seeing, and I need to back away and leave this shit alone, because this shit wild in the motherfucker. They fucking, and it's a lot of hatred and rage and jealousy and competition. Somebody's pregnant here, and somebody had an abortion, and it looked like somebody else maybe knew her pregnant. Like somebody's further along It's a new pregnancy. It's a pregnancy that was a little bit older, a few months older. And this created a lot of rage, competition, jealousy, and conflict to the point that they planned this, and this nigga, because this group was fighting, and it was also about money. Some of these women, one of these men and women got paid to do that to that girl, to beat that girl, and wanted to rise up, and also jealous and mad because she had money of her own and somebody wanted to take it. And I see it's this nigga. And it also makes me wonder, one of these niggas, somebody had an insurance policy on her. I wonder, one of these guys, or was she living with someone that had an insurance policy on her and acted like they also happy in love? But it was two men here. One of them set up the murder with the jealous women, the three main women, and it was a whole group of them. All of them fought and argued all of the time with jealousy, competition, trying to get money off somebody, to take money, and arguing, fight, and fucking. It's a lot of gay and bisexual lovers in this thing. I wonder, this guy that set up the murder, was he obsessed with her because he wanted to be her and be a woman and wanted to hurt her, kill her because he could not be with her? And it's also said he wanted money from her, money and business. So I wonder, was he also a business partner? Was the guy, if she has a boyfriend that lived in the house with her, I don't know who she lived in the house with, but one of these is male. I wonder, were they involved in giving her money, making money with her, had an insurance policy on her, was obsessed with her, and was the other one also that was with her that seemed gay to me or bisexual because he's messing with a man in that group? And it makes me wonder. It also showed me two men beat her. Now, that's where it gets confusing to me, okay? Because more than one person beat her up. This wasn't even a fight. I'm not going to even call this a fight, because fight somebody, at least you try to get your licks in. This girl would not defend herself, would not fight. And so it was really with like an open assault, a brutal assault, where you basically beat someone to death. And it was so much intensity of rage. And I'm telling you, this is around pussy, dick, and money. Also, some of them are involved in gang activity, sexual obsession, and deviancy, having group sex and orgy sex, and drug addicts on drugs and drug sales.
What do y'all think, child? I mean, it's gonna come to pass. You know, it's gonna come to pass. I want you guys to go over to Alexis K. Tyler's show. Subscribe to her channel. She is working on some drinks. But she is a very gifted woman, you know. And I know now what she's working on is mother and daughter issues. You know, but yeah. So this video that I'm referencing, this was 4 months ago. This was 4 months ago. That's her Cash App. And then of course my Cash App is scrolling at the bottom. Here, actually, I'll just make I'll make a banner with my Cash App and her Cash App so you guys can donate to the both of us. She's telling the truth. Yes, she is. Everything is coming out to light. Oh, what I heard, so they got paid to do it. You know, it is given. This was definitely premeditated. You know, it was planned. It's given it was planned. Hey, give me 1 second. I'm just plugging our Cash Apps. So if you guys want to donate, you could donate to me, and then you could also donate to Alexis, who is delivering the message. So I'm gonna get us both a link so you guys can donate to the both of us if you'd like. Um, but it's definitely, please hit that Cash App. Send a lovely donation. I won't drop the link, but I will put the call-in number up a little bit later in the show for those of you that maybe want to call in, sound off, and give your opinions on everything that's going on. Okay. And what I heard when the case came out is that Shanquella set up their homie. They want a revenge. I'm confused on that. You know what? Let's get into it.
These three things together always make a volatile cocktail that a lot of times lead to extreme jealousy, competition, and somebody getting murdered. They took all their rage out on that girl, and then the other sat by and watched the shit because a lot of them fucking each other. See, that's what and I'm wondering, okay, now this takes me to another thing. Because I don't know how much footage is out here. I'm sure I didn't see it all. Either that was a woman that took the wig off and was beating that girl, or that was a goddamn it man in transition. Or that was a woman that you could tell was extremely enraged and jealous and doing this to impress the niggas. One of the niggas had the camera, and there was a man that also, two men. One rushed in and started the attack, and one rushed out. And then one was emotionally involved with her.
Well, when you talk about being emotionally involved, right? Well, I think that we all know about Nazir, because Nazir makes it very clear that, you know, well, I'm not going to say it. I'm going to let Nazir tell us what he said. Give me 1 second, guys. Okay, so I'm going to pull this, and here we go.
I think I'm responsible for it, but I just don't understand why. And y'all don't have everything. Y'all don't have timestamps. I didn't sign that guest list. First of all, oh yeah, the guest list that my name is on. Go try to find my signature. Hold on, where's my ID? My ID. Is my signature on here? That's my passport. Anyway, I don't know. My signature not on there. What's somewhere in there? But I didn't sign it. And the only reason why my name was on there because you had to have your name on the list to get past the gate. If your name wasn't on the list, they would not let you up to your villa. So they signed my name, they printed my name, and signed my name, which is not my signature or my print. That's the only reason why I'm on that list. That's the reason why I don't have a phone number there. That's the reason why there's not my fucking shit on there. That's the reason why I'm the last one on there. Like, come on, bro. I gotta make shit make sense, bro. Do your own research. Stop listening to that bozo. Like, come on, bro. I was really tripping, bro. It don't make no sense. It don't make no sense for me to keep my page public and I did something. It don't make no sense for me to keep trying to live my life and move past this and I did something. Nothing is eating me alive. I don't know. I didn't know. Nothing is killing me. Nothing is hurting me and breaking my heart, goddamn, that I have to goddamn go hide. Because I didn't do anything. I walked into something stupid. And I really wish a flight got canceled, blew up. I don't give a fuck. Don't send me there. I don't know. I can't question God's plan, but he has a way. He has a way, and I'm telling you, I'm putting it in all of his hands. I'm not worried about nothing. You, him, or her got to say. I'll tell you that. And I'm only clearing my name one time. If you feel it's clear or it's not, that's on you. Stop commenting on my family shit, mentioning my mama and all that, bro. Y'all are weird. Because the same way y'all can find my info, I can find y'all. But y'all hide behind fake pages and stuff. Like, come on, bro. Everybody's stuff on the internet, bro. Y'all got to stop. Y'all got to be smart. Everybody got families. Everybody got families. This shit way deeper than what y'all think it is, bro. It's really way deeper than what y'all think it is. I'm just gonna leave it at that, bro. Take what you want to take out of this. Like, I don't know. I don't know if y'all thought me getting on Instagram and crying was to help me. I was genuinely heartbroken that I went into a house to see a friend that I knew for 9 years, unresponsible, on vacation, 2,000 miles away, in another country. It makes no sense. It makes no sense for me to come late to put myself in this predicament, It makes no sense. Why would I do going out of town to be possibly accessory or anything? That makes no sense. I'm going home. I'm a smart nigga. I have a degree. I graduated. Nigga, like, it makes no sense. I gotta put stuff together, but I gotta stop believing everything off the internet, bro. I could tell. Hey, told y'all not. That's not him. That's not Nazir. That's not him. He wouldn't do that. He would have stopped that. He would have told them, y'all better come on now. Get y'all fucking act together. And that's the reason why I probably didn't know. Because they knew I was on everybody's ass in there. From this, that, and that. Everybody there was feeling it. I don't care, bro. I just don't care. You don't do that on vacation. No, either party. Whatever happened from alcohol, from drinking too much, you enjoy yourself, bro. You be responsible. You be responsible in another country, in another man's place, bro. That is not our stomach grounds. Y'all know Brittany Griner is stuck in Russia. You gotta make a trade. Nobody trading for us. Nobody is fucking trading for me in Mexico. Why the fuck would I want to get stuck in Mexico? Idiots. Make it make sense. That was my first time out the country. I spent money on a passport. I spent money on clothes and all that to put myself in a murder. I'm going to take my birthday extended. I just turned 25. I can tell me happy birthday if y'all want. I'll celebrate my life with a murder. I just turned another age. I'm happy I'm still here. Come on, bro. Y'all gotta stop. Y'all gotta stop, but leave me alone. Y'all do whatever y'all want to do, research over there, but just leave me and my page alone. I wasn't bothering y'all. I really wasn't bothering y'all. I was enjoying myself, my life. With my little 500 followers, let me go back to there. Y'all niggas tripping, bro. I got my grandma stressing, my mama and them stressing. I got security at the house. Nigga, like, stop playing. Y'all niggas is doing too much.
So Nazir makes it very clear that if he was there, that he would have stopped it. But what I want to know is, Nazir, did they not tell you something had happened on the phone? You know, on your way there, what was the conversation like? Did they seem nervous? Did they seem like they were hiding something? We're going to listen to a little bit of Alexa's video, but I will not play the whole video. So I did drop the link in the chat, and I'll drop it again so you guys can go over and get the full 411, the real.
What? So see, do you see why I said I don't want to touch this? Because this would take a lot of time for me to, because there's so many moving parts here. And I'm telling you from what I'm seeing, this is competition. They had been fighting before they planned the trip and paid to get, because they was fucking and fighting wherever they lived at, on the phone, on the text, in person, and then fucking. Getting high, getting drunk. Some of these are gangbangers. And there's the leader over this that orchestrated the murder. So see, now I'm confused again, because I'm wondering, is this girl, was she involved? Was she a gang member? Was she involved with gang members, gangbangers, drug dealers, drug addicts, and sexual groups? Was she in a group sex relationship? Was she a one-on-one relationship? Do you see what I'm saying? Was she fucking someone in this group? Because this is about dick, pussy, pregnancy, drug, sexual addictions, and obsessions with her, and feeling like they're competing with her. Such rage, but also a man. A couple of, it's about 2 or 3 men. Let me see here. There are 2 older men here that's also involved, and she's telling me somebody that was there, or an employee or something, heard it but don't want to get involved. The other people heard it and seen it. And when she came here this morning, she was screaming. She was crying. And I said, Lord, I can't do this morning, because then I'll cry when I'm doing the reading and she come in here naked. So it makes me wonder, did you take her clothes off because did she take them off? Y'all was fucking, or she was gonna fuck some nigga she was down there with, and she was cheating. I wonder, was she cheating? If she has a boyfriend, was she cheating on her boyfriend? Because it shows that they were involved in this kind of thing, but then it was casual. We just hook up, we get high, drunk, we friends, we're gonna keep this all in the family. And then this went another way, and it went too far because all these people didn't like her anyway. Some of these guys want to be her, because I see some homosexuals here and some bisexuals, they sleep with the same men's. And she might not have, she clearly didn't know it was that deep, because I'm sure she wasn't willing to go to her own death. But it looked like this girl had done something to her before and had fought her, because she was too timid and too frightened, to the point she just wanted them to love her and be her friend and leave her alone. And they wouldn't do that. So instead of her standing up for herself and learning how to fight, or any other women and men going that this was a sacrifice. And in the moon course, I showed somebody did black magic and was getting readings on her. They had focused on this, took the time on this. They talked to each other because everybody knew. Everybody in the group at this time, I don't see beat her, but everybody in the group knew. And the ones that are not talking, it's not because all of them participated, it's because they don't want to tell on their friends and they don't want to be charged and implicated. But all of them need to spend the rest of their life in jail or get the death penalty the same way they did it to her. None of them should get away with this. That's so sick what they did to that baby. I was talking to somebody about, I call her BB. To me, a black Barbie. She looks just like a black Barbie doll. Gorgeous, looks just like a baby doll. It looks just like a doll to me. She looks like a Barbie with a tan. Her face, her features are beautiful. And I was like, that girl didn't bother nobody, but she clearly got involved with the wrong people she thought was her friends. And there was a sexual relationship somewhere with this. And I hope it comes out. And when she was talking to me and she was screaming. And I'm listening. And I said, what happened? And she said that what I just told you all, the guys, and she didn't see it. But although, thank you. But yet she did see it. Because they were fighting and she had issues with her boyfriend. That's what I'm saying. Did she live with a man? Because it was two men she was in between, and she liked to know. And this young guy that was there really liked her. There was a guy on the trip that they had a little thing. He didn't do it. The other ones, these were two older ones. So I wonder, is there anybody older than her, even if it's just about 6 months or a year, or they seem older and more mature, and one of them.
Well, guys. Oh, excuse me. It's a lot going on. A lot going on. I know BENCRUMP is now working on the case, and it's this. I mean, it just keeps on giving. It just keeps on giving. But there was a press conference, and I would like to share it with you all. So give me 1 second.
Call to action.
Yes, sir.
You know, we talked a lot about holding our leaders accountable and holding our friends accountable, but it's time for Washington, D.C. to act so that we can have justice in North Carolina.
That's right.
It's time for Washington, D.C. to act so that these parents can begin the opportunity to grieve.
Yes, sir.
So that they could actually sleep at night knowing that they fought for justice for their loved one. I love fighting alongside BENCRUMP because I know that drum beat never stops. He's a drum major for justice, a drum major for peace.
Thank you, bro.
And even when he's not necessarily doing the work that you always see on TV, he's always fighting.
Amen.
And so Ben asked me, he said, Bakari, will you help us echo those calls to Washington, D.C. to get this family some justice?
Amen.
And I said, I'm a little boy from Denmark, South Carolina, but they look like they part of my family. And so we're going to continue that fight. We're going to have Ben Crump come up and speak. We're proud to be here on this illustrious, historically Black college campus where we've had these fight for justice before.
Yes, sir.
HBCUs are no stranger to this fight.
That's right. Daddy.
And so we're here again to scream loudly. And I will start by asking the President of the United States, the Vice President, both of whom I call friends. I'm asking for Merrick Garland, another individual I call a friend. I'm asking for Anthony Blinken, another individual I call a friend, to do what's right and to do what's just, to do what's righteous and to do what's justice, which is to make sure that individuals are brought to justice for harming one of our beautiful Black sisters.
Amen.
With that, Benjamin Crump, please come forward.
Thank you, Bakar. Give Bakar a round of applause. Thank you for using your influence, Bakar Sellers, and your brilliance to always make the case for us. I want to thank so much Dr. Anthony Davis, the president of Livingstone College, for allowing this institution to serve as a foundation for justice for Shanquella Robinson. So thank you, Dr. Davis. And we certainly want to thank Equal Justice Now, our national civil rights organization, and what could be more prophetic than to have Equal Justice Now have a forum where we're demanding equal justice now. For Shanquella Robinson. That's right. Yeah. We have her beautiful mother, Salamondra, here with us. We have her sister, Quayla, here with us. We also have Mario Black from 1 Million Youth Voice.
Million Youth March of Charlotte and Salisbury.
Okay, and Salisbury. We have Dominique Calhoun, who is the president-elect of the National Bar Association, the largest association of lawyers and judges in America and abroad. We have Ms. Dawn Blagrove, who is the executive director of Emancipate North Carolina, who's going to address you momentarily. We also have Reverend Greg Drumright, who is the executive director and president of Justice for the Next Generation. We have a lot of special people here, but I'd be remiss if we didn't acknowledge Scott Exdale, who is the national chair of criminal justice reform for the NAACP nationally. And we thank all of these people, because it's going to take a yeoman's effort to get simple justice for Shanquella. We have Jacob Blake Sr., the father of Jacob Blake Jr., who, as you all remember, was shot 7 times in the back in Kenosha, Wisconsin. Did not think it robbery. He knows about justice delayed. To stand with Ms. Robinson's mother and sister and their family to say, we won't forget your daughter. And so with that, I'm going to give some brief remarks, as Bakar said, and then we're going to hear from Reverend Drumright and Don Blagrove, Mario Black, announcing what their organizations are doing to stand in solidarity with the Robinson family. The developments, as you all know, Attorney Sue Ann Robinson, my co-counsel, and I authored a letter that we sent to President Biden and Secretary Blinken, asking them to do one or two things. And that was either to extradite the killers of Shanquella Robinson, because there's an outstanding warrant by the Mexican government based on the evidence, not just on the video, but the evidence of autopsy, that her neck was broke. That was the cause of death. And we see how her neck got broke based on the video. Or two, to accept the concurrent jurisdiction that the Mexican government has offered America to come and have a federal prosecutor prosecute the killers of Shanquella Robinson. And the reason that is an option, when you think about it, everybody involved were U.S. citizens.
Right.
I don't have to tell you all the story. Her and these alleged friends went to Mexico for a vacation. And for reasons we cannot think of, it's inexplicable, whether it's envy or what, why they would murder.
Answer from neurolegionteacher.com.
Why they would murder Shanquella. And it's still heartbreaking to think about the video. And so we have put the issue right at the footsteps of the White House.
Yes, sir.
Take it to him.
We expect Senator Menendez, who's over the Foreign Relations Committee, Sellers, to have a meeting with our legal team and the family, Tamika Mallory and others who have been advocating for justice, to explain to us why they can do all these things for other people where they have no video evidence. Wow. But when you have video evidence of what happened to this angel from Charlotte, you all are slow dragging. It don't make any sense to any of us. And then also we expect that we're going to have, whether virtually or in person, a meeting with the White House after the 1st of April. At least hear something from them in regards to our request. Now, they have been very cautious to say they don't want to interfere with the State Department and prosecutors, and we respect that. However, she was an American citizen. She was killed on a foreign land, on video. We expect for you to care about this black woman just like you would care about any other American citizen killed in a foreign country on video. So we want you to use the full weight of your office to get justice, because as we talked about so eloquently and passionately today here at Livingstone College at the Equal Justice Now Forum, justice delayed is justice denied. And we're going to get justice for Shanquella Robinson. We're going to get justice one way or the other for Shanquella Robinson. Justice for Shanquella Robinson. Justice for Shanquella Robinson.
Justice for Shanquella Robinson.
Justice for Shanquella Robinson.
Justice for Shanquella Robinson.
Justice for Shanquella.
Amen. And I know Ms. Dawn Blagrove with Emancipate NC will make a brief statement for you, and then Reverend Drumright. But we're going to hear from her mother and her sister finally before we take some of your questions. So without further ado, a great lawyer, a great leader, a great freedom fighter here in North Carolina, Ms. Dawn Blagrove from Raleigh, North Carolina.
Hello. My name is Attorney Dawn Blagrove. I am the Executive Director of Emancipate NC. That's Blagrove, BLA, GROVE. Emancipate NC is an organization that is committed to ending systemic and institutional racism, particularly within the criminal justice system. And I stand here before you today, not just as an attorney, not just as an abolitionist, not just as an activist, but as a Black mother.
That's right.
And I stand here to say to you that we must remember that Black lives matter.
That's right. Amen. That's right. Amen.
And the justice for Black lives matters.
Amen.
It does not matter where this child was murdered.
That's it.
It does not matter the hue of the skin of the people that murdered this child.
Amen.
The only thing that matters is that there is a mother who is grieving.
Yes, sir.
And at this very moment, sees no avenue for justice for her lost child.
Tell it.
That is an indictment on America. That is an indictment on the criminal justice system.
That's right.
But most importantly, it is an indictment on the people who have the power to create justice, to stand in this moment and show America and the world that Black lives matter.
Yes. Tell them, John.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
And next we will have Reverend Greg Drumwright from Justice for the Next Generation come and greet you.
Good afternoon. I'm grateful to be back on the campus of Livingstone College, where Black college leadership has stepped up in more ways than one or two today to draw attention to the issues that continue to plight our community and specifically the next generation of Black and brown people in America. I've taken particular interest in this case, like millions of people across the world, because Shanquella wasn't just a Black woman, she was a young Black woman. As Attorney Blagrove said, her life mattered because at 25 years old, this was a young Black female entrepreneur. She was also an HBCU alum.
Yes, sir.
Graduate of Winston-Salem State University right here in North Carolina, where more HBCUs exist than in any other state in the country. I pastor a parish just 45 minutes up the road from here, where 90% of millennials and college students fill my pews each and every Sunday. I am standing with Shanquella's family today because that could have been a young lady out of my congregation. That could have been a young lady out of our neighborhood around the corner from our parish. That could have been one of the young ladies in my family. I've known Mario Black for nearly 20 years, and I'm joining the fight with the activists and organizers today. Justice for the Next Generation is standing with the Million Youth March here in Charlotte and in Salisbury, North Carolina. We're continuing our work with Attorney Benjamin Crump, Attorney Bakari Sellers, to stand in solidarity with this family to bring justice for Shanquella back to her family. I spoke with her family. I don't speak out on any case until I speak to the family so that I can understand who it is we're talking about today. And after speaking with this family, I am convinced, and I'm going to do like Attorney Sellers did. I'm going to call on my friends in Washington. I'm going to call on Assistant Attorney General Kristen Clark,
Call them out.
who I have full confidence in, who stood with our organization, Justice for the Next Generation, as we were fighting for justice for young Black folks in Alamance County. And I'm going to ask Washington to do the right thing. We are urging the State Department to extradite the killers of Miss Robinson back to Mexico, where there is an outstanding warrant. As a clergyman, let me say one more thing. This morning, I woke up and my first meeting was on a call with college students, as I am leading them through the prophetic book of Amos. Prophet Amos was one of the most poignant prophets in our biblical text, who spent most of his prophetic influence urging that there would be justice. Justice for the marginalized. Justice for those who are poor. Justice for those who are living on the fringes of the society then, and I would argue right now. And in the words of Prophet Amos, I would say, from chapter 5, verse 24, let justice roll down for Shanquella.
Yes.
Like mighty rivers of waters, and righteousness like a mighty stream. Justice for Shanquella Robinson.
Justice for Shanquella Robinson. Thank you so much, Reverend Drumright. The final person you will hear from before we hear from Ms. Salamondra and her sister, Quella, is going to be a young man who hails right here in the Charlotte-Mecklenburg County area. He's a young brother who's been fighting with this family from day one. And so I thank him. I thank Until Freedom with Tamika Mallory and my son and the others who have been fighting when there was no press, nobody, because they said Shanquella life matters. And, you know, oftentimes they try to accuse us for only making noise and raising alarm if it's a white police officer that kills a black person unjustly. Well, that is not true. It's not true. Anytime any person is killed unjustly, whether it's a black person or a white person, we make noise because we stand for justice. Right. And it does not matter if it is a cop or somebody in the community. If you kill a person unjustly, you should be held accountable.
That's right.
That is what equal justice is. And we want equal justice now. We don't want to have to come back 200 days later as Until Freedom is planning a big march on Washington, D.C. if they still haven't expedited these murderers.
That's right.
And so it is about never ever forgetting that Shanquella Robinson could have been your daughter, could have been your sister, could have been your best friend. That's what this is about. So without further ado, Mr. Mario Black, a great leader, a great civil rights leader for not just this county, but for all over America. Mario.
Good afternoon. I am Mario Black, founder of Million Youth March of Charlotte and Salisbury. I'm going to ask Ms. Robinson and Quilla to come stand beside me for 2 seconds. Just stand beside me as I talk. As Attorney Crump has stated, I've stood with this family from day one, from really October to now. And my sole message and my purpose is to help get justice for Shanquella Robinson. This family have become my family. We did the official rally in December. I said this in Washington a couple of weeks ago. We did the official rally in December. We celebrated her birthday in January. February, we did 1,000 pink letters to Washington, to Mexico, asking authorities to make sure that they do the right thing. March the 3rd, Attorney Crump and Tamika Mallory, John Barnett, a bunch of us traveled to Washington with the Robinson family. We were in Washington making some noise and asking for justice for Shanquella. We was in me and Ms. Robinson were in New York the week after that. Same thing, same message, justice for Shanquella Robinson. That's all we're asking for. President Biden, I said the wrong name in D.C., but President Biden, Vice President Harris, do the right thing and let these messages from all these people get to Washington. No justice, no peace. Arrest the Cabo 6. Say it with me. No justice, no peace. Arrest the Cabo 6.
Yes, sir. All right. Thank you so much, Mario. And now we're going to hear first from her sister Quella, who has been, really pushing this.
Amen.
And you can only imagine if that was your blood, how you would feel. So she's not a lawyer or a commentator. She's going to speak from the heart about her sister. And this is very hard for her and her mother.
Yes.
Okay.
Take your time.
My mama did an interview about a week ago, well, a couple of days ago, and the person in the interview asked her, what would happen if she don't get justice? And I wanted to step in and say, well, in that case, then I need to change my occupation because we got the wrong people in the wrong places, the wrong jobs.
Absolutely.
Amen.
There's no way that it should be 5 months with a video in place
Talk about it.
and all kind of other information about the individuals that was on the trip with my sister. At this point, everybody in that room should be held accountable. At least one person should have been brought in for questioning.
Amen.
I don't understand it. We've been questioning it since October the 29th of her death. We've been questioning it and trying to figure out why is it taking so long? What is going on? It gets to the point where we have to question our government. And that's sad. And then it gets to the point where we have to stand up here and do press conferences. There's certain stuff that we shouldn't have to do when it's too much information is out there.
My Lord. And let me say this. She's absolutely right. This is something that's easy. You have a video.
Facts are clear.
I mean, ocular proof. Visual evidence. You have an autopsy telling us what was the cause of death. My law partner, Sue-Ann Robinson, should not have had to go spend a week in Mexico trying to gather up facts to do the job of government officials who can arrest people every day here in Charlotte and Salisbury with no evidence at all. You got all the evidence in the world. What is taking you so long?
Everything you need.
Why do we have to put such an effort for justice for Shanquella Robinson when we know what happened to her? Sometimes it's a mystery. I know Rasheem Carter in Mississippi, little young man who was lynched, everybody, you don't know. We know who the murderers of Shanquella Robinson was. The question is, why haven't they been arrested and sent to Mexico to face the evidence? Extradite them now. Now. And we're now going to hear from Miss Salamondra, her mother, and then we're going to try to take a few of your questions.
Good evening. My daughter, Shanquella, was a great daughter. She was a great friend. You know, she loved people, loved life. And I don't know how no one could have done this to her. It's just terrible that they had a heart. They didn't even have a heart to do her like that. You know, she would give you the shirt off her back. You know, she was a kind child, growed up to be lovable, love people. You know, and they done her like this. It's just terrible. And then they had a video that went viral. The whole world seen the video, and there's been no arrest since October the 29th. What kind of system is this?
Right. My Lord.
I just don't understand it.
We will get justice for your baby, Miss Robinson. We will get justice. We're going to try to take a few of your questions, if you have any.
You all were in D.C. earlier this month, and you kind of talked about the diplomatic intervention. Has anything come out of that, or have you talked to? I know you're saying you're going to take the documents to them.
Yes, we've Attorney Robinson and I have got the letter and the supporting affidavits and evidence to the White House, to the Secretary Blinken of the State Department as well. We sent it over to the Department of Justice, to U.S. Attorney General Merrick Garland's attention. As I stated, we are expecting to meet with the Foreign Relations Committee, and we are expecting to have an audience with some members of the White House after April 1st.
And so, I mean, that's 3 weeks. We're going on 5 months next week.
We counting down 200 days. We've already said it in Washington, D.C. We know that the National Bar Association is going to be issuing a letter. We understand that all the national fraternities and sororities and different civil rights organizations in that time leading up to 200 days are going to be issuing demands for our government to do something. I was talking to, I don't know if it was President Davis, but we were talking about, and maybe it was Attorney Sellers, about there's an outstanding warrant. You know, why isn't Mexico just coming to get the killers?
Right.
We, the United States of America, do we really think somebody's going to come on our national land and try to take an American citizen without having some agreement that that person could be extradited? And so the question really is, why isn't the State Department extraditing these killers? You know, we keep thinking about, you know, unfortunately, the racial dynamics. This is a black woman. Yeah. When it was Natalie Holloway, we did all kind of stuff. It should be no different. No different at all for Shanquella Robinson, this beautiful angel from Charlotte, North Carolina. Did y'all hear about her character? I mean, what she used to do, she would braid little boys and little girls' hair. I mean, she was just so involved in the community. And for her to be killed in this manner and nobody do anything is a shame before God. We have to get justice. Yes, ma'am.
Have you gotten any sort of response trying to give any sort of explanation from any of the U.S. agencies as to why there is such a holdup?
Well, you know, they've told the family and they tell us that they are working on the matter. But it's just very difficult to believe. What are you having to work so hard on when you got a video and you got an autopsy report and you got a warrant? Mexican authorities have already concluded the investigation. They've said that it was homicide.
The work is done.
The work is done. And so it seems like the only thing remaining, Thomas Lucas, is for them to extradite the killers to a government that's ready to prosecute. If America isn't going to prosecute, let's let the Mexican government prosecute. Let's don't stand in the way, not one day longer.
Period. That's right, Ben. So you're right.
One more question. You two and then with the
What efforts can be made by individuals to raise awareness around this issue?
You know, I love what Mario Black said, that, you know, the letters. I mean, it matters the more we're calling, sending letters. You know, I thank April Ryan for asking the question at the White House briefing last week. That was very important because we have to continue to use our voice for Shanquella Robinson because she has no voice anymore. And I will hope and pray that if that was my daughter, somebody would think it robbery to say, when I get a chance to speak to power,
that's it.
To speak truth to power and say, what are y'all doing about Shanquella Robinson? Now, I know there's a lot going on in the world, and I understand that. But this is an easy one, President Biden. This is an easy one, Vice President Harris. I mean, all you got to do is extradite killers back to Mexico. And so what individuals can do, and hopefully being here on the campus of Livingstone College, we can have all the young people here on the college campus engage with this family to start a letter writing campaign, an email campaign where we just flood the emails at the State Department, you know, much in the way we had to do with Brittany Griner, say, you know, when are you going to extradite the killers of Shanquella Robinson? That should be everybody every day emailing the State Department to where they throw up their hands and say, man, Crump and Attorney Robinson, yeah, okay, we're gonna address this now. It shouldn't be this much effort. It should not be. It should not be. Last question.
I gotta ask, you've worked hundreds of cases, thousands of conversations that you've had over your career. How does this story, how does the work you were having to put into this, how is it so different than the other stories and situations that you've had to work with that?
You know, obviously, this is a little different than, say, a George Floyd or Breonna Taylor. Has similarities to Ahmaud Arbery and Trayvon Martin. When you think about citizens killing citizens, you know, police get to argue qualified immunity, you know, all these things. Well, these are regular citizens. And when you commit a crime as a regular citizen, they come and arrest you. And so what's so different about this, Reverend Drumright, is why are they coming to arrest these people? It's like down there hiding in plain sight. I mean, they're going on about their life.
Admitted to. And we're in a state where there is legislation pending right now in the North Carolina General Assembly that is forcing sheriffs to cooperate with ICE. If we have a process in place to extradite people who have come to America from Mexico and from all over the world to seek a better life, why can we not employ those same resources and those same processes to ensure that people who are a danger to folks in the communities that they live in Charlotte as they walk the streets freely, where we've seen them on a video brutally murder their friend, why is it so difficult for us to get them to Mexico? Because I can assure you, the extradition processes that we have in place for people who come here seeking refuge is much swifter.
Come on. Thank you. So we don't have to go reinventing the wheel, as Don Blagrove is saying. They can do it. We will keep you updated. We expect, as I said, to have this meeting with the Foreign Relations Committee in the United States Senate. We expect to have an audience with the White House, and we expect nobody to sleep peacefully until we get justice for Shanquella Robinson. 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 Thank you. Thank you all.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is raining, it is storming. Justice will be served for Shanquella Robinson. I want to thank you all for coming out to the Goddess Queen Tulsa show. Make sure you go and follow Alexis K. Tyler for that full video. It is in the chat. Make sure you go and sign that petition. Make sure you are doing your due diligence. Black women, Black women, Black women. We are not protected like we should be. That's why we need to stop being so malicious to each other and letting these men get in between our sisterhood. Okay? Let's make amends. Let's try to work it out, you know? But at the end of the day, for some people, it's not the black man's game. It's not the white man's game. It's the money game. Good night, guys.
Anything he want with you, ain't nothing you can do about it.
Money game. This ain't the black man's game. This ain't the white man's game. This is the money game.
Scratching and scrambling most of my days to get where I got.
Not sacrifice yourself. The best thing you can do for poor people is not be one of them.
I eats in the big house kitchen. I got pine boards on the floor of my cabin.
I crumble. My children crumble. My grandchildren crumble.
And it don't take much coughing for the master to make me have a cup of corn whiskey for my medicine.
I cannot, for the sake of my integrity, stand up here and let everybody that's counting on me crumble so I can make a statement.
Now that is fine living for a nigga, and I'll be damned if any African Guinea man is gonna make me lose all I've been working for. Now you take my...
There are ways to win the war in a different way.
better learn. You best learn or you're gonna get the bloody back for sure.